All right, we are live. It's Mike Pyatt with Bryan Fleming as well, and we're going to talk some business secrets and what's going on with our businesses and how we're scaling them. And Bryan was just talking to me, telling me about what he's going to share today. He'll mainly be the one sharing, and then I'll give some insights, feedback, and my take too on it. And hopefully, you can get the lessons as well. I know I'll be taking notes, so to speak, about the lessons. He's going to talk about his YouTube ad that he just created and is using and how that's going, Facebook ads, client stuff, payment processors, and a lot more. So can't wait to hear it all, Bryan.
Man, it's been a crazy week, but before we get going, Mike, I got this coffee mug. I've had it for years. Can you see it?
Yep, I love
something. And what is it do I love?
Money.
I'll give you a hint. It has to do with SEO. It has to do with SEO, and it's old school SEO tactic. They sent me a coffee mug, and I kept it.
Something like, what's that software? Like that Nuke software that does a bunch of links?
SE Nuke?
Yes.
I did love SE Nuke, but hold on. Can you read that?
Yeah, ezine articles.
Ezine articles. Yeah. Remember them guys?
Yeah. Are they still around?
I don't know. But I love this coffee mug, man. It's big. It keeps my coffee warm. I've had it for years.
Wow. Why'd they send you one?
You know? I know what it was for. I took their articles and wrote a script, and so they would do an RSS feed, and they'd give you some of the article, right?
Uh-huh.
But I wrote a bot to go grab the whole fucking thing. So I'd grab the whole article, not just the snippet. I'd grab the whole thing. I would grab a related YouTube video, inject it into it. I would I'd grab images from Flickr and mix them into it. Okay. And I'd post them on my blog network. I'd post 100 articles a day, 100 a day. And some of these blogs would get some friggin' traffic. Some of this stuff would stick. And I used it for AdSense money and to sell links. That's what I did with it, you know? Yeah, every day I think would pump out hundreds and hundreds of articles. And I knew I was different because I got the whole article text, not just the headline. I got the whole thing and I added stuff to it. And then I thought, well, if I added comments in, that would mix it up and make it more unique. And I started getting sophisticated with it. But I think that's why they sent it to me, because I sent them a lot of page views. I think. I don't know. I really don't know why they sent it to me. How would they know I was taking their articles?
I know.
Anyway.
I don't know.
All right. So, yeah, clients. Mike, you said the most craziest thing to me about 2 years ago. You said, I can't take on any more business. I can't even manage the clients I have. And I thought, man, that's insane. He won't even be willing to grow his business because he can't handle the clients he had. Mm-hmm. What I didn't hear you saying is, my God, I've got 10 bosses and 10 different jobs, and I feel like I'm working 10 jobs, and I have no time to spend on my own business. I think that's what you were really saying at the time.
Correct, yeah.
I just was never in a situation like that, so I couldn't relate.
Makes sense.
So when I was doing all the Facebook stuff and webinars and selling courses, I had a client and we settled on $1,000 a month, their startup, and been running their Facebook ads for 2 years. Literally, like, run their ads, make up a creative, email it to them. Yeah, it looks great. Send them stats, never hear anything from them. Mm-hmm. And they always send a check every month, you know?
Right.
And then last month, things changed. Last month, they hired someone new who started texting me every single day and emailing me every day and just riding me, just on me. Mm-hmm. And I started looking at that $1,000 last month, and I'm like, boy, it kind of wasn't worth it all of a sudden. It's not even money. It's time. Like, and the huge frustration I started feeling, especially toward the end of the month, of, my God, I'm spending a lot of time with these people in conference calls and talking to their ad rep and trying to come up with their marketing, which is hard. And that's time I could spend on my marketing for my business, right? So it's kind of continued into June, and I'm at a point where we have a conference call tomorrow, and I'm probably going to end up firing them. It's just taken too much time. It's just gotten to that. And I couldn't imagine having 4 of that.
Mm-hmm.
It would just feel like there's just not enough money. It's just the money would just run out.
Right.
So that's my insight into clients. Have you like any thoughts on what I just said? It's just something that's kind of new to me that I'm going through. And because I'm more of a SaaS guy, I just feel like I'm just trading time for money, and there's no leverage there. And we'll talk about that with passive income. But I kind of came to that conclusion earlier on this week.
Yeah. The only way I solved that was, to delegate all the clients to, someone else. So, that's the only really option to get yourself out of there, or else, it's each time it's going to be a lot of time. And even if you think like they're set things, there's always so much like what you can call like scope creep. There's certain things that will just like change throughout time and get more work, or it goes in fluctuations, but it's usually always different. I mean, every business and situation and people, we're all different. So.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would think that's fair. And if you were trying to build a service and thought you could do it cookie cutter and like everyone's going to fit in the box, it seems more like it's not that. And you're exactly right. Every business is different. Every client's needs change. And it's just like managed chaos, maybe at best,
That's an overlap with like systems, like getting all their information, like login information, getting all that organized and their goals organized and to-dos organized and all that type of system and recurring stuff, reports systematized. But then there's still that managed chaos that's always going to be there.
Just the nature of it. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're in the luxury. You can fire them, that's a good place to be. You want to work your way up to that for sure.
But a year ago, I needed that $1,000,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And 2 years ago, I definitely needed it. So I think my business has just gotten to a point now where I kind of have that luxury. I think I have that luxury. I think the time would just be better spent focusing on one thing. And it's a bit of a round peg in a square hole. So if you want a Facebook ads client, Mike, hit me up.
After you described that guy texting you.
Huh?
I said, after you described that guy texting you, no.
Well, he could text one of your employees, an account rep, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I think that covers client. So I'm probably on our next call. I can't imagine not being client free and just 100% on PC Tattletale, which is kind of how it's always been up until probably the last 45 days. It's kind of creeped.
Right.
So credit card processor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Told you got a credit card processor. Get an email Saturday. Nice time to get one, about 3 o'clock. I can't run a single credit card through your website. Why won't you accept my credit cards? I log into my authorized net account, and sure as shit, there's a big string of names that all say decline, decline, decline. Reason, general error, contact merchant provider. Like, you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Damn.
So I turn off the credit cards, use PayPal, use Amazon, call their 800 number, and someone answered. I mean, God bless them, someone answered. And they look at my account and they go, oh, the problem is your account was set up to do 25 charges a day max, and you max that out. So now your account's locked into review. I'm like, Jesus, you're kidding me. So like, because someone's credit card didn't work and they ran it through 20 times, they burned it all up, and now I can't turn it back on. And so I call them Monday, and long story short, after about an hour on the phone, they get it worked out. It ends up at a tech support guy, and he just turns the filter off. He's like, don't worry about it, right?
Nice.
Wednesday was, we talked like Wednesday. It's Thursday today. So this is getting into Thursday of last week, right after our call. I get my monthly statement from them, right? Mm-hmm. So I ran $3,500 through them with part of a month. That's what I charged through their system. They kept $350 reserve because they keep a 10% reserve. Mm-hmm. And then they charged me another $450 in fees. And I'm like, wow, that seems excessive, man. That's like out of $3,500, that's what, $800 or $900? That's almost 30% these guys are taking for. It's kind of hard to stay in business like that, right? Like they're taking a lot of money. So this had to be at the end of the month because I went to the Fifth Third Bank where I'm having all the money dropped because I had to get a new bank account. Wasn't set up for online banking, so I'm gonna transfer the money out so I can use it. And the lady goes, she goes, hey, why don't we do your credit card processing? I'm like, man, that would be awesome because these guys are just killing me. It's like, oh my God, it's like gangster, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, well, I'll have our rep give you a call. So girl calls me and I like tell her the whole story. No one will approve me. She emails me back an hour later. She goes, I know why you're not being approved. She goes, it's right here in your terms of service. And she highlighted a section that talked about automatic rebilling, forced continuity. And she goes, Bryan, because you're billing people on their credit card every year, what happens is people get that on their statement and they call their credit card company and they complain and they win every single time. And you build up a bunch of chargebacks. And that's why no one will touch you. And that's why you're paying these, she put in capital letters, astronomical credit card fees. I could save you like a ton of money, right? Mm-hmm. You just can't do that automatic rebilling. So if you recall our last conversations, I'm sure they're all on video. If people on YouTube want to watch them. I spent I spent a couple weeks building a pretty semi-elaborate billing system that'll email people, tell them when their stuff's going to renew, and hey, they're coming in and buying. It works. They come in and re-license their software. So I don't think it's much of a dilemma. I think it's pretty clear that I need to change my policy and not do the automatic recurring billing, which it kind of feels like I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. But at the end of the day, I also feel like if people have to log in and repurchase it, of course your take rate's going to be lower, but I think it's also maybe the more right thing to do. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's a situation. I'm sure you'll lose some with the automatic rebilling. But then, yeah, you'll obviously not get you'll get a lot less chargebacks.
So my reasoning, Mike, is with the forced continuity where I would just bill people's credit cards, I would keep about 45% of the money. If they sign in and purchase, I think that's around maybe 30%. So there's like a 50% difference there. But when you start backing out these bank fees, that 45% ain't 45 anymore, right?
Right.
And then there's a possibility that if it's a year from now and I get too many chargebacks and these guys put me on a terminated merchant file list, you cannot get credit card processing like for 5 years. You're done. Your social security number, we talked about that. So it's something I'm wrestling with. I'm definitely leaning more toward the just charge them once and have them come back in and repurchase. Maybe leaning more toward like a one-off product with a yearly data fee to it or something.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's been with the credit card world. Just when you get into these high-risk providers, the fees are just outrageous. It's almost criminal that they can get away with it. But, hey, I signed the contract, right?
Right.
So, anyway. You ready to look at some paid ads?
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be.
I've seen that about probably 5 times it showed up to me. What's that? You kind of cut out. Hello, hello. I think you're cutting out. Could be your internet. Not sure. I got full bars. Hello, hello.
All right, am I back?
We're back now. Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Gonna do a screen share. All right, you see my AdWords, Mike?
Yes.
Okay. So we spent $63. I started getting my ads to show.
Okay.
And the sidebar ads you can see here. Let's look at the in-stream one first.
Okay. Yep. Any conversion?
No conversions, nothing, which is what it is. So what do you think? $10 cost per click.
Basically, so what is your acceptable, like, a break-even amount that you'd want to pay for a customer?
Well, I know probably $100 would be break even. It would need to be under 100. Probably 75 feels like the bare minimum. 50 would be about right.
Okay.
50-ish, you're kind of doubling your money.
Okay. So every time you get from 50, then it's less likely to work. Same with 75, 100, then everything past that, it's less likely to work, because even if you go up to like 200, then you get even maybe 2 conversions and it's still like 100. So every time after those numbers, it's going to get less likely to work.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And then you can use little clues too to know before that. So if you didn't want to spend the full like 50 or 60, but you already did, I mean, but then you would look at like, yeah, like clicks. Are people clicking it? Because that can show interest too.
Well, let's look at this next as the audiences, right? Let's do this ad group because this spent all the money. This one, who knows? You know, it's not, but this spent a lot. So let's see what's going on here. I think I already did some stuff.
It's all the remarketing audience, right?
Yeah, but there's different ones. So we could do some stuff there. Let's tighten it up. Aye. Okay. So this is interesting. It gives me this red thing and it says it's too small, yet they didn't mind taking my money, right?
Yeah.
So what I had these two 30-day ones. I wanted to, what I did the other day, Mike, is I turned on the 7-day to see if it would trigger ads, and I think it is, right? It's starting to trigger them. So let's kill this 30-day because someone who watched a video from me 25 days ago doesn't know who the hell I am, and they're just not interested. Okay. What do you think? Agreed?
Yeah. I mean, 7 days is probably, yeah, pretty good.
All right. And so I had most of the spend on 30-day traffic.
Right.
Let's see what it did yesterday. So warm 7-day was 50 cents and warm, geez. Yeah, that's nothing. So let's see what this does. This cost will come down dramatically, I would think. But maybe these were sucking up the ad spend because it said it didn't have enough money.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Anything else? I guess it just has to play out.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay. We'll look at this next week. What else do I have? Oops. So what should I do here? Is this maybe the ads in review? Ads approved. Okay. What can we do to this?
And does that video show ads already? I mean, does it show ads? Is it monetized?
Is the video monetized?
Oh, sorry. The Spectre. Okay, so Spectre Pro. How are you advertising this video?
I'm sorry. We get back to ad group. Okay, so this is it. The Spectre Pro campaign. It's gotten no impressions. At least this one's kind of getting some.
Okay.
What's going on with this guy? So we got Spectre Pro. Now, Mike, I heard that when you bid on keywords, if someone goes to Google and types this in and goes on YouTube, my video will show in front of theirs?
That's a different type. That's called a custom intent audience.
Okay. Boy, maybe I should look at that. That seems slick.
Yeah, it does seem pretty cool.
Yeah, so these are keywords, and then I had placements. Video placements was the other one. So I used your tip and grabbed, there weren't very many videos.
Okay.
So maybe that might be it.
So what's getting the impressions, the keywords or the placements?
Nothing. Well, let me do, no, I don't think anything has. Let's see if it's even shown any ads ever. That's my concern. If it has, we won't worry about it. Yeah, it's getting no impressions. Well, let's see if the ads got any impressions, right?
Right.
And nothing. What do you think?
This is a side ad?
This is an in-stream ad.
In-stream ad, okay.
$1.50 cost per view.
So your keywords aren't really going to be on point if you're trying to do in-stream ads. So you're trying to find relevant videos based on
these?
Yeah, or split them. They can do if you duplicate the campaign. But yeah, you can get rid of like the keywords only somewhat work for search, but for placements, they don't work as well. I wouldn't like custom grab URLs if the keywords worked.
Oh, you think it's trying to find the keyword and the placement?
No, I'm just saying keywords definitely aren't going to get triggered by placements correctly from what I've seen.
So I should pause these or just remove them?
Yeah, I would just remove them.
Okay.
And then the videos that you chose to show, do those show ads on them?
No.
No, I'm saying like, do they allow monetization? Go to one of the videos that you put your link that you want to advertise on.
This is it's a
not the ad where you want to place the video. The Spectre soft videos or placements, you said you.
Oh, do the placements even have ads themselves?
Yes.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
They have to have over 1,000 subscribers, over 4,000 watch time in the last year, I think, and monetization turned on for them to even show ads.
Okay, so it's possible that maybe none of these videos qualify.
Correct. I would just click it and just open it and see. You'll be able to see if they show ads.
Okay, so go through these and I'll know right away.
Yep. Yeah, I think you can.
I kind of won't though, because I don't have a YouTube account. I could just not sign in, right?
Yeah. Yep. If you just right click it and it opens in a new tab, you'll be able to do it pretty quickly.
All right. I won't do it now, but that's something I can look at. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you would say the same thing with eBlaster. It's gotten 8 views. Just kill the keyword.
Well, let me see. Did that keyword get anything?
Yeah, it did. It doesn't mean it's.
Now go to the videos placement tab, and then where it actually shows.
Grab my screen and click around, Mike.
I don't think I can I?
I don't know. Anyway.
No, I don't think so. That'd be cool.
Oh, where ads showed like this?
Yes.
Oh. Cool. Now you can see, and then you can exclude them, I'll bet, huh? Wow, look at that. That's on a mobile app. I don't want that. Fuck. Wow. Dude, hugely helpful.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
So this is probably the only relevant view. Wow.
Where was it on? Wow. It was on a website.
Huh?
Oh, it says placement something.com, which is weird.
It might be the name of their channel, calstorm.com.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
All right, I'll keep an eye on this.
But I would check your settings to see if it's probably you just want youtube.com.
Oh, okay.
You may have some like other stuff. So I would go to one in the campaign level, go to settings. I think scroll all the way in the bottom left corner.
Bottom.
Down, keep going down.
Settings right here. Okay.
Yep. And then networks.
Oh, son of a bitch. God damn you, Google.
Video partners on the display network. Yeah. And you can just take off search results too, because you have an in-stream video. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I would say, no, never mind. Not for this one. I would say it's good.
All right. We got one more campaign to look at.
Okay.
This would be the video sidebar campaign.
Okay.
This one, I started up the remarketing and paused it. I really didn't even intend to start it. Spectre Pro, it got some impressions. So probably has the same problem. Oh.
Go to you're on, I think you're in an ad group.
Oh, right on. God, they make this confusing.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Man. Now this one, I probably would want YouTube search.
You have keywords?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
I would always split that up from now on. Just like keywords separate and placement separate.
Okay.
How it's going to be triggered, yeah. So it says that for the keyword, go back to the keywords.
Yep.
And then go to, the new one doesn't have the actual keyword. Interesting.
Oh, under the
yeah, I used to.
It doesn't show where it was showed, huh?
It doesn't.
Because it's video discovery.
Well, go to placements. You can see where it was shown, but if it was a search results, you need to know like the exact keyword.
Oh, I see.
So YouTube.com, it looks like that.
Well, at least it was shown there, I guess.
That could be the search results page.
Yeah.
But yeah, go back to keywords. Now, if you want to see the actual keywords that were triggered for those impressions, you can still use the old AdWords editor, and it'll show you like the exact keyword that showed up.
If I go into the old AdWords. Okay. Good to know.
Yep. Because usually their keywords need a lot of refining because they show up for a bunch of bullshit.
I do remember that being a problem with YouTube. So if this runs through more spend, we'll look at it once it has a little more history. It's pretty early to tell, but man, Google just signs you up for bullshit.
They do. Yep. You got to be very careful with all their settings.
Facebook's no better.
Yep.
Let's look at Facebook. Ready?
Okay.
So Facebook had 1,600 impressions. They charged me $42. Reached 700 people remarketing. Out of 700 people, this is interesting. This is, talk about vanity metrics. So 1,600 impressions, right?
Mm-hmm.
242 views. 9 people watched 25%. 5 watched 50%. I'll bet these people just left their phone running or left the computer on. They probably didn't even watch it.
Yeah. But no conversions, right?
Nope. Neither campaign has had any conversions yet. So, okay, I'm back.
Okay.
So me and my wife, we talk all the time, and she thinks I should just shut down these ads and not even run them. Says, why waste your time? Why waste your money? She literally told me, Bryan, the money you're spending on ads, why don't you just buy more links from it for Mike, since that's what's driving everything? And I kind of am starting to agree with her, Mike. I'm gonna give it one more week.
Okay.
Unless with the YouTube, you think I'm quitting too early.
I would say, yeah, most likely you're missing like the critical step of like refining, testing different ads, offers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a huge piece. I mean, dude, I had to go through so many freaking videos. I had to get so much feedback. You didn't even, I found this very interesting. Not that it matters that much, but I mean, you knew it wasn't that good, but you didn't ask me what I thought of the video, which I thought was interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I probably should have, huh?
I mean, yeah, most people probably don't ask for feedback. They just think it's good. They think it's bad. They just, but dude, like people will tell you exactly what they want to hear. You used to tell me the exact thing. You would say, when you say tens and thousands of dollars a month, that sounds so vague, spammy. Got to get more clear. A direct call to action.
No, you're right. You're right. So that is a definite takeaway. Is the video probably does just suck. I mean, that's just a fact. It's probably too silly. It's probably got a lot of things wrong with it. It could be that it's just not being shown in front of the right people. I think if they're my people, it doesn't really matter where it's shown. If it is inside a mobile app, maybe it does a little bit.
All my sales conversions come from desktop. I don't know why that is, but
What's that?
all my sales conversions come from like desktop only. Anytime I use mobile, I just get like really low quality leads, or it doesn't convert that well. So
I've watched people on Google Analytics buy through their mobile phone. I know they do it with my stuff. Yeah, I don't know if they're in a mobile app. It seems.
well, here's the thing too. You can never take any like single source of traffic and then map it to another traffic for YouTube, and then specifically ads, specifically placements, in stream, etc. Like you always have to test everything on there. Like it's weird. It doesn't make any sense. You would never think like, okay, if people buy a mobile here, they're gonna buy here. Or if you think this demographics works on desktop, same demographics will work on mobile, but for some reason, like it's just different. With every little nuanced thing you change. You change one thing, something else is going to change too. So you have to really be looking at desktop, mobile, yeah, what placements, what keywords, what ad, what offer. It's like all that has to be aligned and tested until it works. I mean, that's kind of the crappy part about the process. There's so many like pieces to like analyze and look at. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like you got to really want it to work and really have the tenacity to just keep on it until you finally crack the code, right?
Yes. I wrote that in my book. One of the biggest mistakes is, yeah, people just put it up and they think it's going to work. Like, oh, I put it up, it should work. But then, yeah.
You know what? It's funny. It just cracks me up. I would tell you that if the blog wasn't doing so well and sales weren't doing so well, I would definitely have a different attitude about wanting to put more effort into it and maybe needing it to work. I don't know if that sounds right. Interesting. You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you want it to work, I'm sure it can work.
Yeah, it's just how much effort do you want to put into making a video,
Right.
losing money on campaigns until it finally breaks through. And then when it breaks through, you start scaling it up, which is more challenges because in my experience, when you find an audience that works, it's usually pretty small and you got to go find the next one, right?
Yep. You do that over and over again. Yeah.
What it is, you know?
Yep.
The SEO is a way better deal if you get it working. If you can stomach the grind to get it working for you, hands down, no comparison. No comparison. But it can go away like that.
True. But any of it can too.
Huh?
Any of it can too, you know?
Yeah, that's true. You could spend a bunch of money dialing in your Facebook ads campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't like you and just ban your account. That happened to me. And what sucks is you can't open another one. You cannot open another one, man. They're smart. They got your face recognized. Can't do it. Tried. All right, man. This is getting pretty long, but let's talk about the passive income myth. And Mike, just your thoughts on it. I've certainly got mine. Let's just talk about that for a few minutes, and I think it's a pretty good call.
Okay, so I would say that, yeah, you definitely can create passive income, but it's trial and error of years figuring it out and putting all the systems in place, whether it's via like search, optimization, or, a certain ad that worked. Yeah, it's iteration over all those times, and then it's in place, and then it needs very little maintenance. So I would say, yeah, it can get to passive, but it's like a lot of work to get to that passive. And then, yeah, if you don't work on anything, then eventually it's just going to die. The old quote, if you're not growing, you're dying. So same with any system that's in place like that. Then you could put someone in place, and then, yeah, it's very like, probably never like 100% away from you, but like you would just look at the numbers or something like that removed. And that's what I would say about passive income. What about you?
It's funny. Everything you're saying, I agree completely 100% with. And the YouTube video I watched, I wish I would have wrote the guy's name down, give him credit, but he basically built this case that like, look, you really don't want passive income. You want to leverage your time and have leverage. And I think you said a lot of those points was, you said you're still going to have to do a little something. And what that means is you've got a highly leveraged business. Your 1 hour of your time can leverage, 20 or 30 people's time if you're running a meeting that day, right?
Oh.
And directing people, you just get more like leverage, right?
Oh.
When I'm working with my client, I have goose egg, zero leverage. When I work my day job, I have zero leverage. I'm trading time for money. It's like zero. That's what everybody does. And when you get into a business, you're trying to get some leverage working for you, whether you do it through a service business and hiring employees, or you do it through a SaaS app and have software try to be your leverage. You're trying to accomplish the same thing. I think passive income is a result of a lot of hard work. I was thinking about it earlier today. What do you think of passive income kind of being like six-pack abs? Like it's the result of hard work. It's not like something that happens passively. I wish it had a different name because the name's so misleading. Sure. Passive income sounds like sit on my ass and the money rolls in. Well, if you had a passive attitude, Mike, toward the gym, would you ever be able to obtain a six-pack?
No, I probably passive attitude toward the.
If you had a passive attitude towards your marriage, would you have a strong, good, healthy marriage?
No, not at all.
If you had a passive attitude towards your sex life, would you? You know where I'm going with this. Nothing in life really works passively. So to think you could run a business passively is insane. And the only people I hear like really talk about it are trying to sell me a course on how to make the passive income. Like they're selling me the thing, the button I'm going to press, and it's going to go do whatever. And like, I'll hook up AdWords and go sit on a beach.
Mm-hmm. I hate that just because I know it's programming my mind to think like that.
Yeah. And I think we all fall for it because I think our nature is to not want to face the pain and take the easy way out and just kind of coast. But man, the older I get, life's just not like that, unfortunately. And I'll tell you what, I'm PC Tattletale's finally getting to a point where I could like pull the dial back and chill a bit. But that's like, man, that's so incredibly unfulfilling. Like, I can't even describe it. You just, at the end of the day, you just feel like I didn't do shit. I'm a loser. I don't know, man. So I think what we should be aiming for is how to put more leverage into our businesses. And that will generate something that would look like passive income to other people, but really what it is, it's highly fine-tuned leveraged business.
True.
And I also think as you gear up that leverage, you just get smarter about, like, your business probably has hundreds of little nuances and intricate little workings that you know how to turn the right knobs and pull the right levers to keep it going.
True.
And when you're on vacation, someone would look at it and say, well, Mike, you got a passive income because you got clients. You've got a team that does everything. I mean, hell, they hardly even look like they need you.
Mm-hmm.
You sit on the conference with Bryan making videos all day.
Yep.
Must be nice.
It is nice.
but
But I'm still working on other shit.
but the minute something goes wrong, you like know how to fix it. Because it's your business. Like you just know, I got to do this and this to fix it.
True.
So you don't get that without putting in the work.
Well said.
All right, Mike. So one thing I didn't say, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
PC Tattletale yesterday. People were complaining that the trial's kind of bullshit. They download it and they're locked out of too many things before they can buy it. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna open up that free trial, okay? And I'm gonna let them see a little more. I'm gonna let them do a little more. And it feels like the minute I did that, sales just went up. It's like one of those changes, you can't really measure it, but boy, we had a record day yesterday by a long shot, and I did this yesterday, so maybe it's coincidence. Today's looking really strong. I'll clue you in on it next week, but I think there's a big lesson there about maybe giving a little more.
I like that.
Yeah. So that was a huge breakthrough if that's what it was, and I suspect it might be. So we'll stay tuned and see next week.
Nice. You used your
next time. Nice. Easy articles, guys. Go build some links.
Yeah. For the day, etc.
Yeah. Peace out.
Peace. All right. See ya.
See ya.